Hi, you're welcome to Photographics Academy. Today we are going to be learning how to create this wonderful cartoon effect in front of your screen right now. Please, before we continue, do not forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification button as well so you can be getting notified whenever we drop new videos. This also allows us to, or rather, this also encourages us to produce more videos and gives us more passion or drive to give you more videos with deep content. Okay, so what's the first thing we're going to be doing? We're going to be creating a new document. Create a 2000 by 2000 pixel document in your Photoshop. Go to create. So we are going to wait for it to load up. So our document is created. The next thing we are going to be doing is to be bringing in our picture into Photoshop. So this is the image we are going to be using right now. This is the image right here. Drag it and drop it into Photoshop. So wait for it to load up. Scale it to fill your screen or to your own desire. You can make it closer. You can even just place it here. You can even edit it like this if you feel like this is what you want to do. But I think it's up to you rather. I think I'm going to be using mine like this. So I'm going to hit enter and wait for Photoshop to enter it. So the next thing you're going to be doing is to be unlocking your background layer. Click on this key icon right here to unlock your background layer. Then press Ctrl and click on your first layer. Press Ctrl E to match the two of them together. So you are going to rename it by double clicking on the name 1, 2 like this and name it backup. Let's call it backup because this is the one we are going to be using to back up our image so we don't work destructively. So if you've renamed to your backup, duplicate the layer by pressing Ctrl J, or rather, sorry, convert it to a smart object by right clicking like this and go to smart object, then duplicate into another layer so we can work on this, having this as a backup. Remember, this was backup. So everything we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing starting from here. So the first thing you are going to do is to go to filter, go to stylize, go to oil paint. If your Photoshop doesn't have oil paint inside its own stylize, two things are possible. Is either you are using an old version of Photoshop or you are using a system that doesn't have a high capacity to process oil paint. So we are going to be creating a dedicated video on how you can equally create this same effect using other stuffs in Photoshop without using oil paint, and you are still going to get the same amazing result. But please, before we continue, we missed this step, so we're going to go back. Cancel oil paint. We missed this step, very crucial. Go to filter, go to liquify, go to liquify. So we are going to be creating that cartoon weird look inside Liquify. Because if you don't create it inside Liquify, at the end of the day, it's still going to look normal. So we're going to be creating the weird look cartoon we used to have. So click on these lock icons here to lock onto your two layers. So what this does is that if this is unchecked, and I drag this slider, it just applies on only this one. Hit 0 to take it back to the original. But if this is checked, when I drag this, it drags both this and this one at the same time. It works on the two of them. That is why we are locking it. So just budge your eyes out or send it in. Get weird inside this place. Do anything you like that gives you a cartoon feel. This is where you create it. So I'm going to just budge his eyes, keep budging his eyes, keep budging his eyes. Let me tilt it a little, just tilt his eyes a little. You can even use your bloat tool in Liquify to even make his eyes budged out more like this. Make it look big to your own taste, of course. Do it to whatever you like. Make it look big. You can decide to even make his lips look weird. Go down to his mouth height. Drag it. Just go weird, go wild. Do whatever you feel makes you happy or gives you a cartoon effect. You can even make his hair look weird. Drag it out a little like this, make his hair look weird. Just anything that make you feel like this image will look like a cartoon at the end of the day. This is very crucial that you take your time and do it right inside this place, because this is where we get that effect. Okay, so this is the overall before of my Liquify. Before, after, before, after. So we are going to be starting from here. Press OK. Press OK. It's going to apply. Go back to filter. Go to stylize. Go to oil paint. So make your settings to be like this. Your stylization should be 5. Your cleanliness should be 3.0. Your scale should be 0.1. Your bristle detail should be 0.0. Uncheck your lightning and press OK. And press OK. Allow it to apply. Then go back to filter. Go to filter gallery right here. Then we're going to be going into artistic. You are going to be choosing artistic. You can click on this minus button right here to make your preview fit to your screen, so you can be seeing what is happening. Okay, so go into your artistic. If it appears like this, just go into artistic, go into poster edge. So when you get into poster edge, keep your settings like this. Make sure that your edge thickness is at its highest, then your edge intensity is at its lowest, then your posterization is at its highest. It's very necessary for the effect you're about to create. Then press enter and allow it to apply. So after it has applied, go back to your filter, go back to your filter, go to your sharpen, go to your unsharpen mask. Go to your unsharpen mask. Your numbers or your settings should equally remain this. Amount should be 150, radius should be 8.0, threshold should be 8, radius 8.0. Press OK. Then go back into your filter. Go to blur. Go down to surface blur. Still maintain the setting on my screen right here. Your radius should be 20 and your threshold should be 10. Press OK. So after you've done that, go back to filter. Go into sharpen. Click on smart sharpen. So it's going to add an extra kick to the details in the image. Your amount should be 150. Your radius should be 1.5. Your reduced noise should be 100. Every other thing remains the same. Go to OK. Go to OK. So this is our effect applied already. So we are going to add a little more details to the image. So how do we do that? I need you to collapse this like this, then duplicate it into 2 layers, Ctrl J. So this is where we are going to be working, because we are going to be clipping to this place. So what we are going to be doing here is to apply filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Leave your Gaussian blur at 20 like this. Press OK. So when you've done OK, go to your adjustment layers right here, click on invert, then clip it to this layer down. So this is your clipping mask. You can either click on this clipping mask or you hold alternate and click in between. They are both the same thing. So let's use this one. Then go back to your adjustment layer again and select black and white. Let's desaturate it. Clip it to the adjustment layer down again. So after clipping, I need you to group these 3 layers into one group. Click on the first one or the last one. Click on the first one, hold your shift, click on the last one. Press Ctrl G to group them into one layer. Go to your blend mode right here and change it to overlay. So when you change it to overlay, you can see that it has added an extra contrast and sharpness to the image. So we are going to drop it down to where we want it to be. Maybe somewhere here. I think I like it at 40. Let's do 40. So after this is before and after. Before and after. After we've added this, we need to add an extra sharpness to it. We need to enhance the color. So we are going to create a visible stamp layer so that we can apply whatever that we want to do on top of the visible stamp layer. So how do we do that? Press Ctrl Shift Alternate E. So it brings everything from here down together and creates a single layer for them up here so that you can work here. So what do we do right now? Go to Filter. You can duplicate if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. Go to Filter, go to Order right there, go to High Pass. So your setting should be 4.2. It's not a must. You can decide to add a little detail. You can decide to make the details even stronger. So let's keep mine at 4 and press OK. Go to your blend mode right here, change it to overlay. So why are we changing to overlay? The reason we are changing this one to overlay is because overlay reviews anything that is 50% gray. Anything that is 50% gray over this group right here, from overlay to hard mist, they review anything that is 50% gray. So you just choose the one that suits you most. You can try overlay, you can try soft light if you think it's better. You can even try hard light, it's even beginning to become sharper. It's the hard mist, you can try vivid light, you can try linear light, anyone you want. So in this video, we are going to be using overlay. Drop your opacity down to make the effect subtle, so it doesn't look weird and too unrealistic. I think I like it at 30, I think at 36. So add a little vibrance to it. Go to your adjustment layer right here. Go to vibrance. This is vibrance. Add a little vibrance to it. Add a little saturation. So what's the difference between vibrance and saturation? Vibrance targets colors in the image that are not already saturated and tries to add saturation to them so it can match up. If you notice, as I'm moving it, the shirt still remains the same, but the skin tone is changing because it's trying to match up the saturation of the skin tone. Once it gets to the same point with the shirt will start adding because it's trying to match it in proportion. But saturation just adds up everything without considering which one is already saturated and all of that. So we are going to be putting just a little saturation and a little vibrance. This is it before we added vibrance. This is after we've added vibrance. Let's zoom it out so you can see it properly. Let's take this away. Okay, so this is before we added vibrance. This is after we added vibrance. Now we are done. Let me show you the overall before and after. So this was what this image was looking like. This is why I said you should keep this copy so you can do a before and after at the end of your own cartoon effect. So this was what this image was looking like before we started adding anything. So we duplicated into two, went to our Liquify right here, went to our Liquify, did our oil paint and all of that. Then we grouped them into one group so we can create a certain level of sharpness to the image. Look at it. Look at it before just the oil painting. This is it after we added our sharpness. Then we felt it was not sharp enough. Then we added one more layer of sharpness. Then we now made it a bit saturated to give it that extra kick. Thank you for watching Photographics Academy video. Please don't forget to click on the subscribe and the notification button to always be notified whenever we drop a new video. Thank you very much.